Is Animal Crossing the perfect cozy game? First off, let's start by defining what cozy games are in general. They are low stakes, relaxing, and focus on comfort and casual play. There's no high pressure or intense combat. And while Animal Crossing definitely does fall into the cozy game category in a logical sense, is it perfect? I don't think so. I've long talked about how New Horizons specifically lacks the general heart of the older games in the series. I'm not going to be speaking to Pocket Camp because that is a mobile spin-off. However, I have done videos on Pocket Camp as well as the transition over to its complete model. If you want to check those out, they'll be linked somewhere. In my mind, what would make it cozy is having more to do outside of the prologue and the DLC storylines. At the time that this video is coming out, we are less than a month away from the 3.0 update, so I'm sure that we'll have more goal-oriented quests to do when it comes to the resort hotel. But beyond that, I think we're pretty much going to be on our own. I would think that the Slumber Islands would be unlocked much like how the Dream Islands are when you upgrade your house from a tent to an actual building. However, you can also terraform on Slumber Islands, and you cannot do that on Dream Islands. My assumption is going to be that you can unlock that at 3 stars. Like, you'll unlock the option to go to a Slumber Island at 3 stars, but that is fit to be seen. However, in terms of quests, I think that the jury is still out. I know not everybody likes quest gameplay. Some people prefer the open sandbox method, which is definitely what New Horizons is. I've talked about this a lot recently, where while I do like the sandbox, I also want something to do. I want goals. I want a story. I want to be achieving something, or at least feel like I'm achieving something. You can argue that Nook Miles Plus goals every day are something to work towards, and even the longer standing Nook Miles cards over time. Those are technically stretch goals. However, there's really no storyline. After you finish the 3 stars and get KK Slider to come, you can then work on getting 5 stars and then go up from there. You can get Brewster onto your island. You can terraform, rebuild, and break down as much as you want, but there's no overarching story. If you have the DLC for Happy Home Paradise, there is one, of course, but that is limited to the Paradise Planning Archipelago. So would I say that it's a perfect cozy game? I personally don't think so. While I love being creative and seeing what I can test out in the game to see what the limits are and just let my creativity flow, I do like to be working towards an actual goal or have an actual story playing out in the background. I often have this flaw where I've been comparing Animal Crossing New Horizons to Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That game has a good mix of both, I believe, although you can't mess around with the exterior of the island as everything is fixed, but you can decorate cabins, and there are quests that you can do every day, and there are also several overarching storylines going on at the same time, regardless of whether or not you have the DLC. However, I am an Apple Arcade player for that game, so I have the DLC included. Unfortunately, if you play on console or on Steam, you will not. Going back to New Horizons, though, I am looking forward to the 3.0 update, of course. I've done videos on that. I'm looking forward to the resurgence of the community overall, because I think that we kind of got away from the game for a bit. There were other things that came out, such as Dreamlight Valley, Infinity Nikki, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. People always go back to Stardew Valley. I've tried it. I tried a demo. I'm just not a fan of the art style, which is really saying something, I guess, because it's pixel art. And a lot of people love the game. And while I would love the game, I just can't get past the art style. But that's neither here nor there. I was also a Sims kid growing up, so I started off with playing the original Sims, moving on to The Sims 2, and then The Sims 3. I tried The Sims 4, but I just couldn't get into it, so now I go back to playing the older games. I like the sense of whimsy. You can kind of use the wants and fears and whims and wishes and whatever you want to call them as a goal to strive towards, or upping your Sims career level, or your child's Sims grades. You can make up stories of your own as well, but again, it always comes back to what are you doing? What's the overall point here? There are challenges that people have made in The Sims, much like there are challenges people have made in Animal Crossing. And while I haven't tried any of those challenges, I think that I'm going to one day. I know I keep talking about it, but for real, I think we're going to try some challenges here in 2026. I love Animal Crossing, and it has a very special place in my heart. Obviously, this whole channel is kind of based around it. I think that the villagers are cute. I love love the items. I love the creativity. I do like the storyline at the beginning. But overall, I feel like it's turned into an aesthetic simulator. Particularly if you're on social media or go scrolling through Pinterest, you'll find that people have made some really amazing designs, and that's great. But that's all that we're playing the game for now, I guess, is to just show off what we've done. There's really not an overarching plot, because the plot ended when KK Slider showed up for his concert. This is by no means a dig at New Horizons or Nintendo. Like I said, I do love the game. I just wish that there was more to do. Check out any of these videos that I've listed up in the cards and down in the description as well, particularly things that I'm hoping that we get in the next game, things that I missed from New Leaf. And let me know what you guys think of the game overall. Do you think it's the perfect cozy game? What's your favorite thing to do in it? Have you discovered anything new? Have you been a player since day one like I have and discovered new things along the way 5 or 6 years later? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!